Let's talk about doggy dementia, also known as canine cognitive dysfunction. Hi, I'm Hindi from Great Paws and All, and today I wanted to share my heart dog Red's story. She had dementia, and I know that it's a condition that's often overlooked. Vets don't always mention it, so I thought that my experience may help you. Now, Red was around 8 years old when I rescued her. She had glaucoma. She had been blind for quite some time, I believe. And she had kidney issues. So she would drink a lot and pee a lot. And that made sense to me. But then she started like circling and she couldn't settle. And I thought that maybe she was uncomfortable because she had to pee so much or her kidney issues were progressing. So I took her to the vet and we did urine tests and blood tests, and she was stable. But I couldn't figure out why she was just like wandering and just behaving really strangely. And I'm very, very in tune with all my dogs. I know exactly when something is off. So we couldn't figure it out, and she would just it drove me crazy. To be honest, it drove me crazy. I would just watch her circle for hours because I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And my vet didn't know, and I have a fantastic vet. And one day the word dementia just popped into my head. I had no experience with it. I didn't know anything about it, but luckily it popped into my head. I started doing a bit of research and I realized that made sense. So I took her back to the vet and I mentioned dementia, and he said, "Yeah, that makes sense." So I live in England, and the medication she was put on is called Selgin. In the US, it's called Anapril. The active ingredient is Selegiline, and it really made a difference for about a year. Now, she would still circle, like, and it was so, it was very difficult to watch. She wasn't in any pain, but just circle, constant, constant, constant. And I found that dog calming music made all the difference. And I found one, this was a few years ago, and I found one on YouTube. It was called Through a Dog's Ear, bioacoustically engineered. They used it for in shelters to calm shelter dogs. So there was a 13-minute sample. There's a lot of dog calming music for free on YouTube. Let me just mention that. But the first one I happened to try it. This one you had to buy, but there was a 13 minutes free sampler. And it was so calming that as soon as I put Red on the couch with me, I'm not exaggerating, within 30 seconds, she was relaxing and often sleeping. And so was I. It was beautiful music and it worked like a charm. So every single day I would play that music for her. Now, what are some of the symptoms? Circling, staring into space, pacing, forgetting your house training, because she would pee in the house, even though I took her out all the time. So I ended up covering my entire floor with pee pads. Not the most attractive look, but it's better than finding pee stains on my carpet. And this way she could pee whenever she wanted. Getting stuck under tables, standing on the wrong side of the door, forgetting how to eat. She had a hard, I mean, she couldn't see, but that had nothing to do with it because she adjusted very well to being blind and she always found her food. When she got dementia, it was hard for her to figure out how to eat. So I used to hold the bowl up to her face so that she could eat so that she could eat. And I also made sure, even though she drank, I'd make sure to always bring her water so she had more to drink. So I don't want to, I want to keep this very short, but I just wanted to let you know that, first of all, in a senior dog, if there's something that seems off, even if you can't figure out what it was, please, please, please see your vet. And before you go to your appointment, make a list of what changes you're seeing. It doesn't matter how small, when they started, if they happen a certain time of day or after walking, before, whatever it is. Write down as much as you can, which will help with the diagnosis. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. I am going to include a link to an article that I wrote, which also includes lots of treatment options. And at the bottom of that article, there are links to other related articles to dementia, which you will find helpful. Anyway, do you have experience with dementia? Have you had a dog with dementia? What symptoms did you start noticing? What signs did your dog start exhibiting? And what did you do to help with with the symptoms and to help your dog relax? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.